14 under for the 3 rounds. Cameron, carry on.
I won my first collegiate tournament, finally, and it just felt so good. It was at Trinity Forest Golf Club in Dallas, Texas. The previous week before that, we played at Houston. I played like crap. Like, it was just one of those weeks, and that's something that I've had to, take with a grain of salt, because I mean, golf is just so up and down that this was probably, even though I played like crap, I felt like, okay, well, it was a shitty week of golf, and that's just how it's gonna be, so let's move on. I didn't even cry. Like, I mean, that's like a lot for me because I don't cry during golf, but like after the fact, I'm just like really upset, and so I just kind of, that's just my way of releasing all the tension, and I just get to my room, and it's just, like golfers know it's a struggle. So yeah, I finally won my first collegiate tournament. It was freaking awesome. To talk about the rounds and how I played, it wasn't so, yeah, I played good golf, but it wasn't so much about the golf anymore. I wasn't thinking about the swing. I wasn't thinking about, any technical things, like, actually ever. I had this challenge with myself. My dad and I thought about this. 36 hole days are like really long, of course. So we came up with a plan. Every hole, I find something positive. Not even about the score. It's, trying to find things outside of the actual swing thought and the shots that is positive. And I had to write it down. And on the 36 hole day, it was getting hard to write things down when it got to the second round, because we don't have a break. You just keep playing, and you turn your scorecard to your coach like when they come by, and you just keep playing. I struggled at the end, but that's the part that you needed the most. Like, that's where the shots are dropped on 36 hole days, because you're not tired. Yeah, you're tired with your body, but you're tired here. I mean, on some of the notes, I even said, like, oh, I saw 2 geese flying over the green. So I was like reading my putt, and I was like when someone else was putting, of course, and I just saw 2 geese, and then I'm walking off to the next tee, and my dad goes, I think I know what you're gonna write. And I was like, yep. So the first round I shot 4 under, and the second round I shot 3 under. So a total of 7 under for 36 holes. At that point I was like, wow, I put 2 good rounds together, and I felt like good. Like, okay, like I did that. And that was like a really big step for me, because it's so hard. Like, you can have a good first round, and then you're tired, like mentally, physically, especially mentally, towards the end of a 36 hole day. That's like what you're on the course for, like 12 hours or more, because of the warm-up, and you never leave the course. Like, it's just a long day. The way I was thinking, my parents were telling me too, like, whatever happens that next 18 hole day, I already won, because I figured something out mentally that really will help me in the long run for my future in golf. And it was awesome. So 7 under, tied for the lead. My dad told me on the phone, yeah, you're tied for the lead. I was like, asked him, should I look at the leaderboard, because I don't know. And he was like, why not? Like, it's fine. And then the next day, my notes turned more into stay aggressive on these 3 shots on this par 5, or just simple things like that, because I couldn't think of how many I was under. I was really relaxed, and I didn't really try to force anything ever. I never felt tight, and a huge thing for me is feeling tight over the ball and feeling tense. And I really, truly never felt that way because of the mindset that I had, and I really controlled my emotions extremely well. And I wish I could do that all the time. I know it's going to be harder sometimes. I ended up shooting 7 under in that final round for a total of 14 under for the tournament. And then, I won by 1 stroke though. So the other girls still played some really good golf. I think my last birdie of the day was on hole 17, and I made like a 30-footer, like down the hill, triple breaker. It was insane. And I was like just worried about speed, and of course it went in. So that was really cool. I didn't know that I was winning. I knew that it was, I didn't even know that it was going to be close. But it was there was some ranked, really, really, really good ranked players in the field. So you never know. Like, there's like, everyone's just so good that you never, like, people just have their days that they go off. And I guess it was mine the last day. It was mine. So it felt really good. And then I got a player of the week the next day, or conference player of the week the next day for Conference USA. And super cool. Yeah, I just really wanted to share with y'all my first win as a collegiate golfer. I've had quite a few top 10s and top 20s in college golf, and it finally felt good to like have it all pieced together. And the most important thing for me though, like the learning lesson, is that I wasn't really thinking about the golf. I wasn't even, and I wasn't going through the motions either, like where it's just flowing. It was like, it was a battle in my head because I was like, oh shit, like I should have dropped that putt, or I lipped out like 3 more putts in that round that I shot 7 under. But coulda, shoulda, woulda, you know, like I could have played them higher. I could have played a better, tighter line. Like, you never know. But it was a battle in my head. Like, oh, I'm already 4 under. Maybe I can get, no. I'm like, no, Cam, like, let's stop. Let's take a step back and let's just hit another shot. And it was just freaking awesome. So yeah, I'm still like, I'm on my way down of being like, you know, like hyped up about it, but it truly was something that I've wanted to experience. I didn't know if I was going to experience it. It just has to be your week. But yeah, and I had a lot of support from my family. My mom and dad were there, so I'm so glad they got to see that. And yeah, it was freaking awesome. And I'll insert some pictures for y'all and my speech at the end of when I accepted my trophy. Or you can check it out here.
From UTSA, shooting a 14 under for the 3 rounds, Cameron Carrion.
First of all, I want to thank SMU and Trinity Forest for hosting a great tournament. I want to thank all the volunteers and the people that made this possible. It was really easy to get around, and I really appreciate all the kind faces here. I also want to thank my teammates. Y'all are awesome. You're always a great time for me. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. I want to thank my coach. Sorry. And I want to thank my swing coach, and especially my parents and my family. They are, all of you guys are my biggest supporters, so I really appreciate it.
Not Cam!